Good morning slash afternoon, family. We are back at the house, about to head out. We did our 10-hour here. I don't know if you watched my previous long A video, but I wanted to caption as much as I can for a 37-hour day without making it too long. And yeah, we're gonna do the same thing today. This trip we're heading out to Bakersfield. Actually, we're going to like LA area, Ontario, Mir Loma. We're going to Mir Loma, up to Bakersfield, back down to Mir Loma the next day, and then heading to Vegas. And we're ending it like that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe. Let's do this. Amazon gang gang. Busy at Maverick. Look, everybody's trying to get a load in before the holiday. Or load back home or what, I don't know. But it is packed at my local Maverick. Fuel prices out here in Vegas is $5.19 for semi-tractors and what was it, $5.09 for campers. I don't know what you call those things. And for regular fuel at this Maverick, I think it was like $4.50, $4.49, somewhere around there. Oops, sorry for the camera angle. The low board is looking scarce. It's looking scarce, man. They're giving out the same mile per hour as Amazon right now. If that, and you gotta fight for it. They're trying to give you less than that. It is scary, man. Can't wait till those rates get back up. These brokers out here trying to fearmonger everybody. Yeah, something got to go on, man, especially at a time like this. And hopefully it gets better before it gets worse, but I don't see it getting better anytime soon. So I'm just counting my blessings. I know I'm not making what I made when I first jumped in the game, but I got lucky to where, 2 weeks, not even a month after I got my truck, the trucks were like, the same truck. I got this truck for, I think I got it for 36, put 10,000 down on it. So I took a loan out for 26. And a month after I bought it, I could have went and traded it back in for $60,000. I think it was like $60,000 to $70,000. This truck went up within a month, which is crazy. If I was smart, I would have did it, but I was new in the game and I was just like, nah. But hey, count my blessings. We're out here riding. Overhead is not too crazy, but it's still up there. But it's manageable, I guess. So that's gonna get me through this drought. My biggest expense is insurance and fuel. That takes up a lot. It takes up almost, I want to say, around $4,500 a month of my overhead. Oh wait, no, not a month. Wait a minute. Because fuel, let's see, 6. So I'm doing about 12 a week in fuel. So it's about $4,000 right there, over 4. And fuel plus insurance is 22. So I'm paying about $7,000 in overhead when I'm not, and that's just in fuel and insurance, not my truck payment. But yeah, that's the way it's looking, guys. So Daddy-o got to stay on the road, but I'm just happy I get to go home. Get to sleep in my bed every other night, see my kids, take a day or two off every week, and still make some good money. And when I'm taking my day or two off, it's not in some random town. You know, taking days off away from my family. I get to take days off with my family. So that's the perk. That's the main perk of Amazon. Even though they do need to pay more, they're trying to get a little better at it. I don't know. They're doing some things, working some kinks out. But we're just staying blessed that we got some loads. We're being able to maintain out here. All right, guys, we're gonna pick up this load and get moving. Yeah, buddy. Coming up to the weigh station. Inspection vehicles. I don't know why. Every time I come here, every day, I'm always nervous going through these. I don't know why. Maybe because anything can happen, but every time I go through a weigh station, I'm just always nervous. It's like I just want to get the green light, keep it moving. But it doesn't always go that way. South, baby. Sure, it's beautiful out here, though. Clear skies, beautiful mountains. This is why I do trucking right here. Days like this, it's beautiful outside. Like a real life cowboy out here. Alright, guys. We gotta get off the phoner. Wish me luck. Going through the little check corner. I don't know why I always get nervous going through these checkpoints, but I do. Not gonna lie. It's like a double checkpoint. It's like they check your papers here, and then you go over the scale, and they either give you the bypass or you gotta go over to the right, which every time I do not get the bypass, over here on Mountain Pass, before Mountain Pass, you can't just get over it. I get nervous. Let's see what we got here. Outside of Ontario, San Bernardino. To me, it's all the same because it's so close to each other. It's not the same. Don't want to offend anybody who's from any of these places, but they're just so close that they're damn near the same. But we are Amazon facility. We've been here before. You guys have seen some cool footage from here before. Watch any of my other videos. Pretty sure you'll recognize this place. We're pulling up and about to check in. Let's see. Make that nice wide turn. Just go ahead and check in. I'll be right back with you. We've made it in the gates, baby. Looking for parking spot 640. Hopefully I didn't pass it. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest. And ooh, I think we passed it. Dang it. Alright. Dang it. Alright, we didn't pass it. 740. Looking for 740. But it is getting clogged in here. See if I can make a move. Just trying to see what he's doing. Truck on the right of me trying to move. Trucks are moving and grooving. We're getting to it. Alright, I'm gonna have to use two hands on this one, guys. I can't one hand shoulder this one, so I'm gonna have to get back to you. Yeah, buddy. Walking Mar Moo Moo. Where do I park that? I'm gonna park over here. Walking the wife's dog. We did that one pickup, that drop. Sorry, hold on. Walking by the engine. We did that pickup, that drop and pickup, and then on our way to Palmdale, I think it was Palmdale, we hit traffic, and we were going about 5 miles an hour. I don't know if I had my Jake brake on too long or what, but every time I go to accelerate or put my foot down on the gas pedal, and it's like air. It's like, sounds like when the air conditioner is on and it's blowing. It sounds like that when I push down on the gas pedal and try to get the RPMs up. The RPMs go up, but it's just that sound. It overheated, so I have to pull over. I put oil in there. I'm at the T8 now. I'm gonna have to do an oil change, because I was gonna do an oil change anyways. I'm gonna do an oil change and get new tires. So I let the truck cool down, put the oil that I had in there, had some backup oil in there, like a big old liter, like one of the big quarts, and made it to a TA. I'm gonna have them do an oil change. I'm gonna have them check it out. To me, it sounds like the turbo is open, because usually when I'm trying to accelerate and before I switch gear, like, you can hear the turbo, like, that's usually how the turbo sound. And now it's just air. It's like shh, shh, but it sounds like the AC air, if that makes sense, and not like a leaky hose air. So we're gonna see what's up. I contacted Amazon. I let them know what was going on. So they just want to know my ETA, when I will be moving again. So they might have to send somebody out to get this trailer or figure something out. I don't know. But I'll know more as the night goes on. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm going to drop this trailer and try to I'm going to drive around a lot. And I'm going to try to get a recording of what I hear so you guys can hear it. Maybe you guys can help me out and let me know what you guys think it is. I don't know. All right, guys. All right. Hopefully, well, you can't really hear it now. When I'm hooked up to my trailer, you can hear it. I think it's my turbo. Yeah, it's definitely my turbo. Interesting. It's a louder sound when I'm pulling. Like right now, I can't hear nothing. Weird. See if I roll the window down. Power though. I have more power right now because I'm not pulling anything, but when I'm pulling something, I don't feel like it's derating, but it's not derating. That makes sense. Back here. Oh no, I don't think you guys can hear it. Yeah, I think it's definitely my turbo. Alright guys. We back rolling, y'all. We back rolling, baby. I'll let y'all know the story when I stop up here and get some more lighting so y'all can see me. But I just wanted to let y'all know we back rolling, baby. Let's do it. He more move. That's Marley. Come on. AKA Baby Yoda. With Roku. So we got back moving. They made some adjustments to our tour. Now, I was supposed to head up to Bakersfield, but by the time I got there to do my 10-hour, I would have been late to all my other appointments for the next day. So they took the Bakersfield off and the Chino one off. I'm doing my 10 hours here in Palmdale, and then I'm heading back down to Mira Loma, which is about like 45, 50 minutes away from here. Dropping off that empty, come on. Dropping off that empty and then heading to Vegas. So what happened was one of my turbo hose clamp came off of the hose, and the air I was hearing was the air going from my turbo circulating, the air goes through the turbo, circulates, and then it goes through the alternator, or not alternator, the whatever that big fan is in front of the tractor is. I'm not a mechanic. And then it blows through the turbo hose to the engine. So every time I accelerated, that air I was hearing was the air from the turbo. The turbo was trying to push the air into my engine, which cools down my engine and all that stuff. So that's why I overheated and I had to pull over. If I would have saw that on the side of the road, I could have wiggled that hose, because the hose just came out just a little bit and the air was like blowing out of a little crack that was in the hose. But the TA didn't charge me. They figured it out. They was like, oh, yeah, look, is this right here? And I was like, could that cause the overheating? He's like, yeah. So come on, this way, baby. Follow the street, come on. So he's like, yeah. So he fixed it up, clamped it on there. He told me I need some bigger clamps. But those are the clamps that came with it. But he was like, get the thicker, bigger clamps. And I should be fine. So it took about 4 hours. Put me 4 hours behind, but it was a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing is that I didn't want to drive the Bakersfield. And now I don't have to. And the bad thing is that good thing I was in a spot and I made a decision to turn around and go downhill instead of keep going uphill, because I could have fried my engine. Not unknowingly trying to, but it could have been a very bad situation. And I thought it was my turbo, because I wasn't hearing my turbo when I was accelerating. As it was switching gears, usually I can hear the turbo doing this zzz, and I couldn't hear that. It was just air. Sounded like the air sounded like if I turned my fan on, turned it up to the max, and you just hear the that's what it sounded when I was accelerating. But we're here now. Good old Palmdale. That's Big Blue over there. I was going to get an oil change at the TA, but they still haven't called me. So I have a feeling they're going to call me in the morning, like, hey, you want that oil change? Because they was like, hey, man, there's 6 people in front of you. So I know they're going to take hours. They're going to take their sweet time. But they were nice. The guys who were there were just about to go home, so they were nice enough to pull me in within 10 minutes. I was sitting there for like 10 minutes after I checked in, and they checked that out, and then from there I had to make a decision. I was going to get an oil change. I think I waited another hour, and then they were like, well, we're about to change shifts. And they changed shifts, and the people who came on was like, hey, we can get to you, but you're 6th in line. So I was like, I'm just gonna do the oil change like I said I was, to put the good stuff in there. But yeah, we're parked, and we're going to call it a night, guys. Peace. Hey guys, sorry, I know it's nighttime again, but I did my 10-hour and just hung out. I woke up early this morning, just checked out my truck, and took some drone footage, but just hung out, watched a couple of movies, and I knew it was gonna be some traffic on my way down here from where I was at. I was up in Palmdale, and I took like a little back byway to get here that connects to the highway, the 15 highway. Yeah, so I was doing that, and I just wanted to touch base on you guys about the scare I had yesterday about my truck giving me some problems, and it was weird. It felt like it was derating, but it wasn't derating. It was trying to give power, but it was a lot of air blowback, not like an air leak from like the compressor or an air hose. It was like it sounded like air from if my AC was on, or if my defroster was on. It was coming from the front, and yeah, when I got off the 15 and I exited off the 15 and got onto the byway to head up to Palmdale, my truck overheated. The overheat light, or the stop warning light, came on, and I pulled right over. As soon as I pulled over, the truck just went off, which I'm happy it did, because I could have ruined my engine. So I'm happy to know that my sensor is working, because that would have been bad. At first I thought I had like a bad sensor or something, but that wasn't the case. Well, I knew I didn't have a bad sensor because I can hear air blowing. You let me over, buddy? Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to get over here. Everybody's trying to get home from Turkey for tomorrow, I guess, huh? See my light? All right. So yeah, my truck overheated. It was too dark for me to see what was going on. I just could smell, it was burning a little bit, smelled like burnt oil. I checked my oil. I was real low on oil, so I burnt up a lot of oil in that process of going up that hill and all that stuff. And then I checked my coolant reservoir. My coolant reservoir was filled up for sure. So I had coolant. I was just trying to figure out what's going on. My brother was like, "You probably have a bad sensor. Maybe your sensor just went bad." And I was like, "It could be, but I don't think that's it. Just because, my engine overheated." So yeah, I got to a TA. I turned around, let my truck cool down. I turned around, got off the byway, got back on the highway, and the highway is a big hill going down. So on my way up, it was all hill going up. I mean, huge hill. So coming down, I knew, sorry about that. I knew if I would have stayed on the byway, I was 38 minutes away from a pilot on the byway, or I can turn around and drive 40 minutes, I think it was like 45 minutes to a TA. And every TA, I don't want to say every TA, but every TA I've been to they have mechanics there. And majority of the pilots I've been to do not have mechanics. It's rare for a pilot to have a mechanic. That, and I knew if I would have went straight on that byway, there's a chance that I'm gonna have to go up some more hills. But I knew if I turned around, it was gonna be all hills. So I said, I'm just gonna go downhill. I'll be closer to a Amazon facility if I have to drop this trailer. I'm gonna try to go to the TA, because I know the TA will have maintenance guys there. I was only worried because it was the holiday, but it was 2 days away from the holiday. But still, people, they get angry when it's holidays and they're working, even if it's, I don't know. Anyways, so I got to the TA. It took me longer to check in than it was for them to, it took me like 45 minutes for them to actually see, like, write up an invoice or a work order, because there was a line. Everybody was getting tires done, oil changes, all that stuff. So I had to wait, and they checked me in. I got back to my truck. As soon as I got my truck, they called me, "Hey, pull up to this door." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, that was fast. I just got back in my truck. I pulled up. The guy just came from his break. He was about to go home, and he overheard me in there talking. Because I told him it sounds like air's leaking and all that stuff. He's like, "It's an air leak? I'll listen for some air." So he opened the hood. I told him, it's coming from up here somewhere. I think it's my turbo, because my turbo, when I'm going in high gear and I'm trying to shift, my turbo, I don't hear my turbo working. I just hear air blowing. So I got in the truck, pressed my pedal to the metal. I think I tried to show you guys what I was hearing, but it sounded more like it was more intense when I had a trailer hooked up, because the engine was working harder. But I could still hear that air, like every time I go into high RPMs. So he was over there listening. I'm pressing down on it. He's like, "Yeah, I can hear it. It's like a hissing sound." So he was on the passenger side. He walked over to the driver's side. He's like, "It's coming from over here." and as he said it was coming from over here, I looked at my turbo hose, the same turbo hose that I replaced. If you watch some of my previous videos, it was the same turbo hose I replaced. The clamp came off, so the hose came off some. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, the clamp is off. And he's like, oh yeah, look, and there's air coming from here. He's like, that's the corporate. And I was like, all right, awesome. But I don't have my tools on me. I took my tools, they're still in the trunk of my car. So I was like, can you put this clamp back on for me? He's like, sure. He put the clamp on, let me know the clamp is too small. He's like, is this the original clamp? I'm like, I believe so, because I didn't, change out the clamp, I just changed out the hose. He said, yeah, try to get that clamp is too small, so get a bigger clamp. I was like, perfect. I was like, can I get you a tip, a beer, or anything? He's like, no, don't worry about it. He said, you're getting an oil change? I said, yeah, I think I'm gonna, do the oil. Instead of being cheap and waiting, I'm gonna do it. And he's like, all right, just, don't worry about this. Just get your oil change if you're gonna do that. And that was about it. He didn't charge me, so that was awesome. It was a quick fix. I'm happy that it's not my turbo. So I thought my turbo was open, like it was broken, but it was broke open and not closed. But I'm just happy that nothing was major. I'm happy I'm able to get home right now. I'm able to finish my tour. Amazon made some adjustments because their trailer was acting funny as well, and I fixed the holes on their trailer. There was like one of the wheels were locking up as well. Due to the brake chamber, it was like leaking air, so it wasn't building up enough air pressure. So I fixed that, and they made some adjustments to my tour so I can be on schedule. Yeah, so now we're heading home to those babies. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I'll try to upload this up as soon as possible. I'm pretty sure you guys saw the last video. It was like an hour long. It took 2 days for that video to load up. So, yeah. That's the video, guys. Sorry, it's, one of those videos. But stuff happens in trucking, You got to prepare for the worst. I thought I was going to have to drop about $8,000 on a brand new turbo, or around $4,000, $2,800 for a remanufacture, but it's just the downtime. How long is that going to take? It's the holidays, so a lot of stuff goes wrong in trucking. You always got to be prepared. That sucks. These rates are not good, because if anything happens, I really can't afford to handle that maintenance right now. If it's that big of a maintenance, if it's $10,000, that's going to take a lot of everything away, just because the climate, where the climate's going right now. You gotta make sure you have enough money for reserves. You gotta make sure you have backup money for your truck payments, backup money for your insurance, just in case anything goes wrong. If your truck is sitting for a month, you still have reserves for that. Or if all of us truckers decide to go on strike, and they say, hey, we're not going out for 3 days, 4 days, I can afford to sit for 3 days and 4 days, so we can all help each other out, not getting taken advantage of out here. If we all came together for something like that, and to make a change for our lives, I want to be prepared for that when that happens, if that happens. But yeah. You guys stay safe, like, subscribe, and I will be back. See ya.
Just rolling trucking. What's going on, man?